Here we got the Holy Bible. You see on the front, no author. They ain't nobody. I got the only author in this drawing will be I guess Marlon Sensian wrote this Bible. See, so we about to construct Genesis, most of Genesis. So this will be when Noah's Ark comes up. So Genesis 1:2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Well, in the Bible, it's a lot of parables and metaphors. Metaphors are figurative language, which means they are really what I wanted to mean. So, and like let's say if we were in court, if there is the smallest amount of doubt and like someone's guilt, that means that they could be that they innocent. So we putting God up on trial today. Let me turn this fan off. We putting God on trial today. If there is the smallest doubt in his innocence, then he's guilty of all the crimes that he allowed to happen in X amount of years. So that verse said something about it being earth was nothing without form. If the earth was without form, how was there water? So let's put this right there. What's next? Genesis 1:4. And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Where did the darkness come from if there was only light? It didn't say the existence of darkness yet. It just said, and God saw the light, and there was light. It was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. That's all implying that darkness was already there, but it didn't say darkness was there. So where did the darkness come from? Genesis 1:5 and 1:8. 1:5 and 1:8. Whatever, we're gonna read the whole thing. And God called the light the day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and morning were the first day. And God said, let there be a fire. The fuck? Oh, firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Whatever. Oh, maybe I'm at 8 to 10. Nope. Okay, whatever. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning there was a second day. How was the evening and the morning the first and second day? Oh, I see. Yeah, and then it just said the evening and the morning were the second day, and then it said the meaning and the evening and the morning there were the first day. How is it? How is it both? Genesis 1:2, 1:10. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. Genesis 1:10. And God called the dry land earth, and gatherings together of the waters called it seas. And God, I already know this is about where the fuck did the water come from? Yeah, that water existed before the earth did. How did it float? Defies law of gravity. Oh yeah. So if you think about it, if the water was there before the earth, the water was just like in the middle of wherever in Carajo. It was just standing there. How was it just floating in wherever it was? Laws of gravity, that can't happen. Genesis 1:26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And let's read the whole thing. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the earth, and over the cattle, and all over the earth, and over every creeping through the creepeth under. What the fuck? Whatever. Who is our? Oh, our. It was only God alive. So how is it our? How is there more than one person if only God existed at the time? In his image, so he is a man. Oh, yeah, I see. Let us make man in our image. So, either way, if there was more than one guy or it was only God, he's implying that the image of him is a man. So that means he's a man, not a God. So if man made a mistake and man is the image of God, that means God made a mistake. So, just like right there, that could be like the basis of our case. Every mistake, every crime man made, God did. So that means anything that a man killed a guy, God should go on trial for it. Genesis 1:30. Nigga. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, that means birds and animals, mammals, I guess you could say, well, animals, and to everything that creep upon the earth, where there for life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. Green herb, plants, any plant. Marijuana, meat equals eat. We can eat any meat. That means we can eat marijuana, because he said, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. So that means he gave us meat and herbs to eat, plants. We don't. You can't eat marijuana. That'll fuck you up. Genesis 2:2. Dun, dun, dun. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work which he had made. I remember this is about omnipotent. If he is omnipotent, why did he have to rest? If you have infinite power compared to anything and everything, why you gotta rest if you is the top dog? The definition of omnipotent is unlimited power. If you have unlimited power, it means there's no peak, there's no max. There's no reason to rest. Genesis 2:8. I'm probably gonna make like 5 videos because we only on the first page. I found so many contradictions and stuff all the way into, I think, halfway through Genesis. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. What is it about? Woman, man? Where did Eden? Oh, yeah, Eden came out of nowhere. There's nowhere in this. From there, it talked about more about. You won't find the word Eden in anything there. But there it is. He planted a garden in Eden. Where the hell did Eden come from? Eden's a place, supposedly, the Garden of Eden. That means garden is in Eden. Where did Eden come from if Eden just popped up there? What else? What else was on this John? Oh, here's what I said. So, I'm going to pause it right now so I can put my sticky notes back to where they were, and then we go to the next page. Page 2. Genesis 3:3. We'll read 2 and 3 because I already lined it up. Yes. We may eat of the fruit, and the woman said unto the servant. This is talking about when Eve ate the apple from the tree that God said don't eat from no matter what. We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, let yes die. More or less saying, don't eat the tree. Don't eat from the tree. If you do eat the tree, you're going to die. More or less. Dang, I wrote a lot on this one. See, I did all these about 6 months ago when this guy gave me a Bible. So, yeah. If Eve didn't eat from the tree of knowledge, then how would we as people know what is right and wrong? How is it bad? I remember this. So, knowledge is like everything you know. If you don't know, right and wrong is just like a big example. If you don't know what's right and wrong, how are you supposed to know what you're doing is allowed and what you're doing is not allowed? So, implying that she didn't eat from there, that means she wouldn't know the difference. That means she could have been like a slave to God forever and would not know if God is whatever God tells her and anyone else to do is right or wrong. If I killed you without knowing right and wrong, is it okay? Yeah. So let's say it was me eating from the tree of knowledge, and I killed Adam just for the hell of it. How would I know that killing him was wrong, even though murder seems to be really allowed in a lot of this? Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply the sorrow in thy conception, and sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy what the I hate when they don't write English. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Women are slaves to men. Yeah, so this is more like saying that the husband is like, he tells you what to do, when to do it. He like, you must listen to. He's ruling right there. He's ruling over you. D is you. He's ruling over you. He's like a king and you a slave. That's like, So is God okay with sexism and slavery, making women feel less than men? Genesis 3:15. Where did that? Therefore, I don't want y'all to see the next sticky note, but it's not this dark. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whoever's slave came. Oh, this is about Cain and Abel. He killed. At this point, I think Cain already killed Abel. Oh, Abel killed Cain? No. What? I thought Abel killed Cain. Whatever. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him eventful. Oh, Abel killed him. I thought Cain killed him. Shit. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain. Yeah. Why say whoever slayeth Cain? Oh, if anyone killed Cain, they're gonna get fucked up more or less. And then the mark of Cain that is upon found should, lest any finding him should kill him. God is pro-murder. Oh, so this is saying if anyone finds Cain, Cain's allowed to kill him. Right there saying, therefore whoever slayeth Cain, if anyone kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him. That means revenge will be taken. That means if someone tries to kill Cain or kills Cain, they're gonna get cooked. What was that? 17 to 24. Oh, snappers. That's a lot. I said 17? Now we'll just be from 19. And Lamech took oh man, they start talking about somebody else now. So Cain and Abel, then someone had children. Alright. Oh yeah, we gotta start from there. And Cain knew his wife. I remember this. I know why I underlined that. I'll say before you even see signal. And Cain knew his wife. And nowhere in here it said that Cain had a wife. It said there was no other woman besides Eve. So where did his wife come from? And she conceived and bare Enoch. And he built a city called the name of the city. How did one man? Well, I guess I say, if implying like 16 years went by. Cain, his wife, Enoch. That's not on the thing, but Adam and Eve, they built a city. 5 people built a whole city. You got a year. That's gonna take a minute. And where you get all the resources from? I guess God omnipotent, but if he's omnipotent, he could have built it. So he didn't build it. So I doubt he gave her the resources. She conceived and bare Enoch, and he built it after the name of his city, Enoch. And Enoch was born. So I'm saying, I guess that means he gave birth to someone. I mean, he had a kid. Where did that guy's wife come from? Enira begat Mujam. So I think this is all saying all these people had kids, but where all the daughters come from? And if let's say Erod was a daughter, that means Enoch had Erod. That means they had incest. The dad did the daughter. That's nasty. And Lemon took upon him 2 wives. The name of one and this is all about passing on wives. Everybody having more than one wife. Let's go down here. If Cain said, shall be avenged, will truly lay my servant him. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whose Cain slew. And said to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began man to call upon the name of the Lord. Cain had a wife. How? That's what I said. Incest, 2 wives, polygamy. So everybody there more or less having more than one wife, and then people were having kids without having like actual wives. So the implication is that the dad was doing the daughter. 1339. I'll go through this last one and then I'll start the next video. This will be part 1. Then this is 6:15. And the fashion which thou shalt make of it, the length of the ark. Oh, this is about Noah's Ark. Yeah, the next video will be mostly about Noah's Ark, cause you see. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubic feet. The width of it is 50 cubic feet. The height of it is 30 cubic. So the boat itself is 300 by 30 by 50. I did the math. That's 450,000 cubic feet. And it carried 2 of every animal. So I'm gonna stop it here, and then we're gonna start the next one, which will be mostly about Noah's Ark.